I have also decided to limit the maximum size of the Russian mission in the European Union to 40 people. We will not tolerate abuse of diplomatic power. I have also decided to limit the maximum size of the Russian mission in the European Union to 40 people. We will not tolerate abuse of diplomatic power. And together with the Commission, we are working to keep potential hundreds of thousands of former Russian soldiers out of the Schengen area. We do not want war criminals and saboteurs to roam our streets. Ministers also addressed the serious situation in the West Bank. Israel's expansion of powers there breaches international law and hits at the heart of any future Palestinian state. The United States and Iran are inching dangerously towards war. The window of diplomacy is very narrow. And of course, we have many concerns with Iran, its nuclear program, its ballistic missiles and support for terrorists that are also a threat to Europe. But any military intervention risks hard to control consequences. The EU has imposed sweeping sanctions on Iran. The designation of Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organization sent a clear message that there cannot be any impunity. So we are doing the outreach on different levels to Hungarian and Slovakian colleagues to move on with this package. So, of course, it's not easy. It's never easy, but the work continues. I really regret that we didn't achieve agreement today, considering that tomorrow is the sad anniversary of the start of this war, and we really need to send strong signals to Ukraine that we keep on helping Ukraine, but also putting more pressure on Russia so that this war would stop. We know that there are elections coming in Hungary, but it's very hard for me to see, considering and knowing the history of Hungary, that, people of Hungary would actually support, not helping the people of Ukraine that are in need. So I find it very hard to believe that it would bring you any bonus points in the elections. But of course, I don't know the Hungarian political climate. It's really regrettable that the decision that all countries reached in the European Council, all the leaders, is now that there is now stepping back from this decision. So I know that President Costa and President von der Leyen are both in Kiev tomorrow, and will definitely also raise this with Prime Minister Orban, because it's not really in accordance with the sincere cooperation clause that we have in the treaties. On Iran, of course, the talks are ongoing, and we are emphasizing that there has to be this diplomatic approach. We are also in contact with the regional actors, but when it comes to America, then finally it's the president that decides.
Mm-hmm. Maria.
When it comes to West Bank, we also discussed Western Balkans, but when it comes to West Bank, then the problem is the same that we have with Ukraine. 26 countries want sanctions on the violent settlers. It has been on the table for quite some time, and one doesn't want. So this is clearly the problem that we have in our decision-making processes, because it's not the majority view, and when one is blocking, then we don't do what the majority wants, but actually we are doing what this one country wants. When it comes to Iran, then the question is the risk of retaliation, and why I also stressed before the worries that we have regarding Iran's ballistic missile program. Because if you think about the nuclear program, there has been, some kind of monitoring what is going on. But when it comes to ballistic missile program, that is very dangerous for the countries around Iran. But also, considering how far they reach, it's also a threat to Europe. When it comes to other issues that we have with Iran, then the worry is that this will not be a conflict or a war that is going to be on a smaller scale, and that is also the message that we get from the regional actors there.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.